What was your hold-it moment when you decided to walk away from your family for good? My dad called me crying on Christmas Eve. Please come home. We miss you so much. But I wasn't falling for it anymore. See, growing up, I was the family scapegoat. Every holiday, every gathering, I was the punchline. My older brother Elias was the golden child who could do no wrong. It started when we were kids. I'd come home with straight A's and they'd ask why I couldn't be more social like Elias. Elias would get suspended for fighting and they'd say boys will be boys. I made honor roll every semester for 4 years. Elias barely passed 9th grade twice. Guess whose report card went on the fridge? When I was 16, I saved up for my part-time job to buy myself a used car. Elias crashed his 3rd car that same week. My parents took my car and gave it to him because he needed it more for work. The work he got fired from 2 weeks later for not showing up. I got a full scholarship to college. The night before I left, they threw Elias a going-away party because he was moving in with his girlfriend. Not me, him. I was literally leaving for college the next morning, and they ordered pizza to celebrate Elias moving 20 minutes away. College was my escape, but even from 3 hours away, the pattern continued. I'd call home excited about making Dean's List, and they'd immediately change the subject to tell me about Elias's new tattoo or his latest job. I stopped calling as much. When I graduated summa cum laude, they didn't come to my graduation. Elias had a softball tournament that weekend. Not even a championship, just a regular tournament. But apparently watching him strike out 3 times was more important than watching me give the valedictorian speech. Then came med school acceptance. I called home practically vibrating with excitement. I'd worked my entire life for this moment. 4 years of perfect grades, volunteer work, research, everything. My mom's response? That's nice, honey. Oh, did we tell you Elias got promoted to assistant manager? At Home Depot. He got promoted at Home Depot, and somehow that was more celebration worthy than medical school. I started limiting contact even more. Holidays became shorter visits, phone calls became texts, but I kept trying because they were family, right? The medical school years were brutal, but I pushed through. 90-hour weeks, studying until my eyes bled, surviving on 3 hours of sleep. During my surgical rotation, I worked 36-hour shifts. I'd call home exhausted, just needing some support, and they'd lecture me about how I never visit while going on about Elias's new apartment or his girlfriend's cousin's baby shower. When I started dating Lila in my 4th year, I was nervous to bring her home. She was amazing, kind, smart, supportive, everything I could have asked for. The first family dinner was a disaster. They spent the entire meal talking about Elias's ex-girlfriend and how much they missed her. Lila just sat there watching me shrink into myself. But Lila saw something in me my family never did. She encouraged me to apply for the best residency programs. She celebrated every small victory. When I matched into surgery at Johns Hopkins, she cried happy tears. My family's reaction? That's so far away. Elias is staying local, which is smart. By the time I proposed to Lila, I'd learned to expect nothing from them. We'd been together 3 years. She knew my family situation, but she still believed they'd come around for something as important as our engagement. We decided on a small wedding. 50 people, mostly our friends and Lila's family. The wedding day started perfectly. Lila looked radiant. For once, I thought this day would be about us. Lila was 5 months pregnant. We told them 3 times. During my reception, my mom stood up to give a toast. I thought finally, this is my moment. Instead, she announced that Elias and his girlfriend were pregnant, and how excited she was to finally have her first grandchild. Lila ran to the bathroom crying. Our friends were mortified. But my family? They were all hugging Elias like he just won the Nobel Prize. I quietly gathered Lila, left our own wedding reception, and never looked back. So when Dad called begging me to come home for Christmas, I said, "The same Christmas where you forgot I existed?" I hung up, looked at Lila holding our 1-year-old daughter, and smiled.